Alright, hello YouTube. Right now I'm going to bring you a tabletop review of the Smith and Wesson M&P 40 cal compact. In my opinion, a great handgun. First off, as always, let's go and safety check this gun. Magazine is empty. Chamber is indeed empty. And with all Smith and Wessons, it fires without a magazine. So, with the safety check done, let's go ahead and go down my talking points, which, like I said, I have borrowed from Mr. Nut and Fancy, the YouTube page. I'd also recommend going to for gun reviews and gear reviews, because he knows a lot more about all this stuff than I do. Trust me. First off my list, I'm going to talk about philosophy of use or niche. This gun obviously is a compact gun. You know, this gun would more likely be a concealed carry gun, maybe for an officer, maybe a backup weapon. Could be a home defense gun. You know, there's no reason it couldn't be. Could be a good vehicle gun, maybe something you just stash under your seat, as long as you have the appropriate paperwork, or you know, if you're a concealed carry holder, like I am myself. But it is, you know, it could be a very all-purpose gun. Could be a good belt gun. You know, it's a little on the small side. This magazine actually has the finger extender. The other one, which I don't have, this gun is actually on loan from a friend. The other magazine doesn't have that, and whenever you put it in here, your pinky finger is kind of left with nowhere to go. So that's something to think about whenever you are looking at guns. But like I said, this gun is mostly going to be a concealed carry gun, or say truck gun, you know, something where it could be a belt gun. It could excel as a belt gun for you. Probably going to be some type of backup weapon, and that's where this gun is going to come in and fill its niche. And it's going to be great at it. With that, let's go into size and weight. For size and weight, for me myself, I have to bring in the old Glock 23. And just while I've got it out here, let's go ahead real quick, safety check. Gun's clear. You know, some people might say, well, you know, Smith and Wesson compact is going to, you know, is going to be more comparable to the subcompact Glock. Well, I say, look at this. They are essentially the same size. Well, they may not look like it. Hey, right there. I'm going to say right there the Glock's got, I don't know, much less than an inch on Smith & Wesson. And that's why I'm going to use this Glock as a reference, because I feel like it is a very comparable handgun. It is almost the same size. Like I said, just a little bit bigger, but almost. I don't have a subcompact Glock 23, not Glock 23, a subcompact Glock 40 cal on me right now. I will have one very soon to do a quick tabletop of it, just like I'm doing with the Smith & Wesson. With that, let's talk about weight. Smith & Wesson actually says that this gun comes in unloaded without a mag at 21.9 ounces. So, you know, it's very comparable to the Glock with a mag. I don't know how much this mag weighs. Fortunately, don't have a scale with me right now. You know, I'm going to venture to say 2 or 3 ounces. You know, I'm not sure, but it'd be around like that. So, actually, even though the Glock is a tad bit bigger, it still weighs less. So that goes back to what I said in my Glock 23 review video, that you can bring any gun in here and the Glock's gonna weigh less. It's just how they designed it, how it's made. You just can't beat it. By a couple ounces, you know, the Glock's gonna get a little less weight than the Smith & Wesson. But like I said, also the Smith & Wesson is a little bit shorter. So, you know, call it how it is. The Glock weighs less and it's a little bit bigger. Now, I say the Smith & Wesson is still not a great gun. And I always like to point out weight, but weight's not a bad thing at all. You know, too much weight is, maybe excessive weight is a very bad thing, because you know, you don't want to pack around that much weight all day. But when it comes to a couple ounces, to me, doesn't make a difference. Like in this case, doesn't make a difference. And with that, let's go with accuracy. From everything I've read, from all the shooting I've done, don't have a whole lot of trigger time in this gun. Maybe a couple hundred rounds, not enough to make a. And I'm turning this into a tabletop, Glock versus Smith and Wesson. I don't mean to do that. So let's just pull it over here. Actually, on Smith and Wesson, it's a Smith and Wesson, so it's going to be very well. It's going to be very good. I'm sorry. Like I said, I have a couple hundred rounds behind this trigger of this specific gun. I did all right with it, and with accuracy, I'm actually going to skip ahead to ergonomics with the trigger, because I feel like for me, the trigger made a big difference with accuracy in this gun. If you look at this trigger, and this actually incorporates the same safe action trigger system that a Glock does, except it's in the back. If you can see it right there, it's back in the back, as compared to the Glock, which is here in the front. That, to me, that makes the trigger a little weak. Not weak, but there's just a lot of play in it. I don't know. I like having that safe action system in the front of the trigger, because I can go ahead and squeeze it, get it out of the way. Go ahead and go through my regular trigger pull. With this, it feels like a weak trigger. And for me, I couldn't shoot very good with it, but like I said, I have a lot more rounds through this Glock right here than I do with this Smith & Wesson. But the rounds I do have through this are, I did decent. And I guess this, could go ahead and bring us to ergonomics. This is where I'm gonna, and like I said, don't mean to turn this into a head-to-head, but it's where it's going. Smith & Wesson is going to get a nod over the Glock in ergonomics, simply because if you drop the mag here, this right here becomes a, see if I can get it out, it becomes a tool to remove the back strap. And you do that, back strap comes off. This gun comes with 3 different size back straps to fit your hand. For ergonomics, that's going to be that's what you want, especially if you're a smaller handed shooter. I think these are the grips that came on it. If I'm not mistaken, they are the medium sized grips. Someone wants to comment on there and tell me I'm wrong. You could be right. Pretty sure these are the mid-sized grips, and they feel very good. I really like where the slide release is on this, and it's a compact pistol, so that really, it's considered a compact pistol, so that really helps it. But whenever I come over, with my larger hands, that slide release is in a perfect spot for me to just slam a mag home and just drop the slide. Also, compared to the Glock, the slide release, you can't really see it in the video here, the slide release is much more pronounced in the Smith & Wesson than it is in the Glock, and that's a big plus for me. I really enjoy having that it's not extended, but it's just a much easier to grip slide release, so that's a plus. And if my battery goes dead in this video, I'll have to do part 2. Sorry, it's just how it is. I'm just going to make this a part 2 right now. And so here's part 1 of the Smith & Wesson M&P.